Hello and welcome back to Tyranny. So the voice of Narat took over our pimp house because he was so jealous and he has nowhere else to go. His army is starving to death in the stone fields. How is that territory called? Contested lands? Don't see. Can't really blame him. We wrecked that place. It's a shame because I was really hoping for some diplomatic solution right from the start. And it just really went downhill. I guess you can get used to being a certain way. Anyway, let's just go home. Oh, we can't even go to the bottom floors. We have to go to the top, and by the looks of it, we are teleporting to the top. How did they get here? No matter. What? Greeting, Fatebinder. Greeting, Fatebinder. The Iron Guard salutes you with a clattering salute. Our oath-bound scouts ordered us to chorus assault on your spire, and Lord Ash insisted we send aid at once. I have assembled a massive sculpture rumbles, shaking the masonry of the spire and sending her off balance. The orb in the center of the resonator spins with the push of some unforeseen force. Where the structure once exuded warmth, now it gives off a ferocious heat that singes your face the longer you stare into it. A sound like music swarms in the air around the structure, but it's painful and disharmonious to your ears. By Heroes' backside! Ebb covers her ears and takes a step back from the structure at the center of the spire. That music, it's awful. Feels like my teeth are ripping their way out of my mouth. Don't you hear it? She attempts to sign a rune only to see her pattern fizzle into steam. And it's your name. Listen real close and it's your name said over and over until it's just one mystic veil. The spire is now fully awake. Its long dormant currents of energy dance to your presence. Crouching to the ground to steady herself, Aranya stays low to the ground until the trembling subsides. Feels like something is shaking the spire. The chorus can't pull off that sort of magic. What in Kyros's name is going on? I should see what's going on. I don't suppose this magical spire of yours has some warding magic or something of that ilk. She points down toward the Scorus troops amassing below. Unshakable courage and superior training will only take us so far against that large force. I almost started to worry that the chorus wasn't here at all. I don't know what they invited me here for. Seems like the spire is doing something, but what? When I broke the Edict of Fire, I was flooded by an intuition of how it all works. I could try proclaiming it without Kyros's words. That's quite the feat. You would act the Overlord? We are under attack. This is hardly the time for blasphemy. Wishful or otherwise, she shakes her head with a quiet mutter to Graven Ash. Do it. Shout and yell and pretend you are Kyros, and when we are done, we'll discuss a real plan. Maybe it will work. Gotta be said, that looks awesome. Our own private sun as well. The mystic hum of the spire pulls us to the cadence of your heart. The ancient structure awaits your command. What could possibly go wrong? That is my password. As you touch the stone structure, your sense of the moment slows, and you feel the entirety of the tears at your fingertips. The spire stands ready to channel your will. What? What? I can just... What? I have power? How do I have power? Really? My power meter all along. Do I want to burn Vendrian's well? That seems like... seems pretty crazy. Let's go with Edict of Stone. Issue the edict. What in Graven Ash's name? The Iron Marshal turns about, taking in the view in all direction. But Kyrus didn't give an edict to read. How did... I had a feeling that might work. You did that? Her hand grasped for her chest. But only Kyrus can cast an edict. I assure you that was my own magic at work. You know, that and my two fists. We are ready for anything. The chorus have no idea what they have just walked into. The Iron Marshal smashes her gauntlet together with a quiet chuckle. Binder, let us strike now. We must seize the moment. And swing their panic into a rout. Hoisting her blade in hand, Ernios moves toward the exit. Fatebinder, I will get the carnage started. Join me when you're ready, and we'll deal with whatever rebel remains.
Will do.
Okay, let's go like this. There's no time to lose. We gotta go. They're pretty brave. Oh, never mind. A gang of bewildered Scarlet Chorus trails behind Death Knell, a mixture of awe and confusion resting upon their faces. Did you eat Cairn's heart and become the Archon of Stone or something? What manner of her words falter as tremor sets her off balance. How is this possible? She looks back at hundreds of corpsmen fleeing in every direction. I don't need those cowards. Even with a fraction of our strength, we'll surround you and grind you into nothing. She turns her soldiers and lets out the primal howl, her warriors echoing the battle cry in dissonant tones. Insufficient reputation. With rage in their eyes, the old warriors ready weapons, eager to fight. Brandish your weapons menacingly. I wonder which of you will scream the loudest before dying. Nervous glances are exchanged between many of the warriors gathering in the courtyard. Sensing the dip in morale, Daphne looks back with a scowl. We have the advantage of numbers, don't be spineless. Her shouts do nothing to assuage their fears. Enough talk. You will be trampled and forgotten. Only the voice of Nerat will remember your name.
Take that.
Like we are missing music.
I will have your head.
Oh crap. Don't drink.
Anyone else want some of this?
I'll do a quick
Like
restart after this fight.
Nothing.
Oh boy. Furries are flanking us. Come on. Do you have any potions? Tougher fight than I expected. Hell yeah, stone magic and my fists. That's all I need. What do you mean take that? Okay, done and done. Iron Marshal, you're back? Muffled laughter comes from under Arrhenius' great helm. That's right, you filthy peasants. Run for your lives. Tell Nerat what you saw here. We have broken them. The tremors of your edict of stone have set ripples of terror through the chorus, triggering a rout. The only corpsmen with the nerve to fight us tried their best. She slams her blade into the twitching body of a nearby corpsman, but their best is irrelevant. Leave the cleanup to me and my brethren. You should take your rightful place, perched atop the spire. No better way to savor this victory than with a commanding view of your enemy fleeing across the valley. Quick restart! And welcome back. We are just licking our wounds after the fight. Looks like we need to rest up. Camping is not allowed. Get back. What? Shocked and demoralized by your display of power and the ease with which you dispatched their leader, the Scarlet Chorus fighters lose their nerve and scatter in defeat. The survivors carry with them fearful murmurs of the powerful Archon Solon, a being of enormous might who can cast an edict with the same authority as the Overlord. Confusion sets in across the realm. Amid the whispers and misinformation, one fact remains consistent. The Overlord's power has been challenged. You safely assume that such rumors are making their way back to Kyros. Powerful earthquakes roll underfoot, the vibrations wringing your spire like a wet rag, threatening to send it crashing to the ground. Your stronghold slowly settles, the terrain only occasionally rocked by a solid tremor. Over the next few days, the land eventually returns to normal as your edict dissipates. You gather a small council of your closest allies and plan your next steps from the safety of your spire. No sooner do you get started than Kallio, Fatebinder of Tunon, pays a visit bearing an important message. Maybe we'll get the chance to punch Kyros in the face. I keep hearing about this little spire you've been calling your own. Nodding with a smirk, Fatebinder Kali appears over the edge of the tower. Now that you've slaughtered those who would take your lands, I think your claim is as official as it gets. Exactly. What did I do to earn a visit from a Fatebinder? Do you have an edict to proclaim against me? A fair guess. I was expecting Tunon to hand me a scroll case with a Kyros seal on it. She shakes her head with a chuckle. After what you just pulled, I would have wagered my last ring that Kyros would cast a very selective edict against you, but alas, the Overlord has other plans in mind. No one's entirely sure what to make of you these days, Solon. They all say you spoke an edict of stone, not a proclamation of an edict of Kyros, but your own edict of stone, your own arcane tremors. Come on, Lantry, put some clothes on. You're no more Fatebinder, of that much we can be certain. You have proclaimed and broken the Overlord's edicts perhaps one too many times. If I had known you could do this when I first met you, I'd maybe have tried in earnest to kill you. I hope for the sake of Teratus that the right person has inherited this gift. Well, the best you can do is stay by my side. I don't know what to make of you, Fatebinder, proclaiming and breaking the Overlord's magic, claiming these awful towers. It should come as no surprise that an edict is within your grasp, but I still find room for surprise. You're powerful in ways that gang bosses and mages aren't. You commanded this place to do your bidding, and unleashed something incredible on the world. That isn't the work of a Fatebinder, if anything, is the work of an Archon. Beastwoman will follow Alpha from here to the ends of Tyr's land and farther still. We'll prowl deep into cold north, hunting armies of Kyros at Alpha's side. Together, Shadowhunter and Alpha will slaughter whole of Primus tribe. I don't have any idea how you're able to do this, but it isn't power that any scholar can wield. This is something else. You're not some ambitious hedge maze who learned it out of a book. You're more like an Archon, where it just comes naturally. She shakes her head with a grin. I always knew you'd be a delightful bit, of course, but I didn't think you had a touch of Overlord's power in you. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know. You didn't know if it would work and you decided to play with arcane equivalent of mountain tipping over? My confidence in you swells, Fatebinder. Yeah, that was really cocky of me. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna proclaim an edict. My work. It's only natural to have doubted yourself. The edicts have always been the magic of Kyros, and Kyros alone. Anyone claiming to be able to cast an edict would be presumed crazy. And yet, a sane man watching what you just did would see the power of the Overlords in your voice. Curious, she taps her chin in thought, looking at you head to toe. Suppose you have no reason to play the fool. I'll say that however it is you came into this power, know that you've drawn the attention of the Overlord. So congratulations, I think. I'm come bearing orders direct from the Overlord. Callio clears her throat, her voice becoming somber and severe. Kyros has decreed two things. First, the Overlord has demanded that one, and only one Archon is fit to rule the Tiers. To that end, the Archons are to settle through death or dominance, who is the one Archon fit to inherit the Tiers. And the second decree? Kyros has decreed you are the newest Archon. Fatebinder Kallio boasts with exaggerated flourish. So the other Archons now have orders to control or destroy you. And the other way around. Her face becomes a beaming smile. See? This is why I try to avoid getting Kyros' attention. To be clear, this is a command from Kyros, but not an edict? Correct. There is no edict backing this order. She smiles, a toothy grin. Such encouragement hardly seems necessary when the task is its own reward. The Overlord has merely rescinded Kyros' peace. The Archons may kill and maim each other without breaking any laws. Kyros knows, rightly so, that animates new and old will drive the Archons to mutual destruction. The Overlord need only remove the pretense of peace and watch the ensuing violence. Callio shrugs with a smile. Would you have preferred another do or die edict? Well, I guess not. Well, I like the first one. What of the court? Have you heard what Tunon and Blood and Mark think of this? As per usual, Tunon has the emotional range of Pumice, but Blood and Mark seemed almost giddy. I think the old Shadow is already putting names on his daggers. I was wondering if Blood and Mark would hear of this order and promptly stab Tunon, but no. It would seem the Archon of Shadow is happy to serve Tunon. Makes sense. I'd never known the old Shadow to crave that kind of power. Just a sec. Do I really want them? I think I'm more troubled by this sudden promotion to Archon. By definition, an Archon is someone who generates magic from themselves and doesn't channel the powers of others. Since I assume you cast that edict without reading the prepared words of Kyros, otherwise, why the fuss? Archon isn't fully incorrect for what you are, but I would agree your power is far beyond the mastery of shadows or ice or talking to trees or whatever other powers Archons have shown throughout the ages. Consider for a second, the greater mystery is not why you are being considered an Archon, is why you are being allowed a chance to live. Callio shrugs. All I know is that the Overlord rarely improvises. Maybe he's weak. So I am to be the Archon of Edicts? Not exactly, just Archon for now. A bit unorthodox, but that's all the information I received. Rogalus insisted we should call you Archon of the Tears, at least in any case, where we might be overheard, since the Archon of Edicts could sound like denigration of the Overlord. You realize this presents a problem for me, right? My hand just writes Fatebinder Solon out of habit. The effort it will take to retrain myself to write Archon, not sure I have the years left in me. I think you'll manage. Why do you think Kyros would want us Archons to fight? Because Ash and Nerat work together like water and oil, and so letting them each rule half of the tiers is exercise in bad planning? Because there is no land left to conquer after all the tiers and Kyros needs fewer generals? Callio shrugs with a ruddy-faced smile. Tuno's not here, so I don't mind pointing out that Kyros isn't exactly a loving ruler, and the Archons are disposable pawns, not beloved subject. The land has been conquered, why not dispose of the conquerors? Okay. And I would further speculate that Kyros hates all of the Archons equally. And so instead of nominating all but one for destruction, the Overlord is willing to let the strongest earn the right to exist. Yes, I wanna be in charge. I've heard enough. I know what comes next. The other Archons will bend to my will or die. So that has to be a lot of murdering, right? First step is deciding you won't bow to one of the other Archons. Kali offers a smug nod. I wish you the best of luck in your upcoming struggle. Know that when you come for Blood and Mark and Tunon, I and the other Fatebinders won't interfere. Question me and the other Binders have been asking, can you do this again? Lunovo believes in you. Another, who shall remain nameless, takes more cynical stance that Overlords has a hand so far up your ass she can puppet your mouth and you couldn't cast the second edict if you tried. Okay. She sizes you up, head to toe. Me, I think you have it in you. Or at least I like the idea of proclaiming an edict of yours someday. I don't want to just proclaim an edict just for funsies. I'm certain I have it in me to cast another edict, but I'm not sure I want to play recklessly with this power. That sounds remarkably wise. Eb lets out a sigh. I think you can and should use this power to stop your foes, but as you grow in power, your edicts might remain longer. It would be a shame to leave an arcane disaster that haunts us long after the problem is solved. Yeah, that is exactly the problem with these edicts of Kyros. They just well, I guess, do what they're supposed to do or don't do what they're supposed to do and cause permanent damage. Considering the terrible damage you'll inflict if you screw up what you're doing, I can't blame you for being cautious. With a nod, Kallio begins to make her way to the exit. When you rule Terratus, look me up. If you're successful, I know I'll be in need of a new Archon to serve. I know I'm mostly sober, but just so we are clear, you did just issue an edict, right? Landry taps his quill to his tongue, unsure of what next to write. First you cast an edict, then this full-on war on the Archon, then this full-on war of the Archons. This whole chapter of the Chronicle it's reading like fiction. So Kyros has ordered all the Archons to fight it out until only the strongest remain. I think we can now safely say that the Scarlet Chorus philosophy has been vindicated. Rumbling mutter stirs from under Barrick's helmet, devoid of any congent words. Alphabeted own words of power like humans prima called Kyros. Is better mystic than Broodmother to kills in shadow, than Stonestalker's 100 blood, than Beastwoman Archon slaughtered by Mark of Shadows. She snorts and grins savagely. Kills in Shadow knew Alpha was most powerful human in the whole Tears of Lands, of the whole of Tears Lands. Curved claw taps the side of her snout. Nose was not wrong. One last thing. Hesitation before she leaves. Kallio taps the parchment she's been holding to her forehead with a self-deprecating scuff. All this talk of you being the second coming of the Overlord, and I almost forgot my duties. This is a court summons from Blood and Mark, Tunon's assassin. I suggest you read it carefully, as part of your preparation. Your survival may depend on it. Good luck, Archon. Fatebinder, Archon. The great general has pulled his troops back to Ironheart. She grins her knuckles into her palm. Soon we will make our final push into the Stone Sea and the heart of Scarlet Chorus power. The voice of Nerat is weak, and the path to cacophony is clear. She adopts a more cautious tone. The Archon is also aware of what happened at Vendrian's Well. I'm sure he wants to discuss the matter in person. I head to Ironheart straight away. I stay here and keep the peace in Vendrian's Well. She hesitates, considering whether to say more. Finally she sighs and lets it go. Take care how you treat with that General Ash. You are no mere Fatebinder any longer. You meet with him as Archon to Archon, and such things are more complicated. Good luck. Wait, Kills in Shadow wants to speak with Alpha. I don't want to... What is it? Beastwoman has been patient. Yep. Understands long hunt. Has helped Alpha even though Alpha fights for any army of ironclads, but Kills in Shadow cannot wait any longer. Okay. She bristles and rises on her hind legs. Purpled lips peeling back from her jagged fangs. Her tightly corded muscles quivering as she towers over you. I'm thinking maybe Alpha is not using this favor to hunt Kyros, but maybe instead Alpha is loyal to ironclads. Do not like this thinking. Makes Beastwoman want to kill Alpha. It certainly felt that way. I just felt like I had no other choice than to go with the disfavored. Since before the siege on the Vendria Citadel, I was basically locked out of any Scarlet Chorus camps. I didn't have much interaction with Scarlet Chorus members. And any other factions I met, like the Unbroken, basically every other faction, basically hated me and had to kill most of them. I'm trying to have a more... I wanna unite the South and the North. I don't want the North to... Yeah, I like that the North have its own values, but they really shouldn't enforce them on the South. Don't worry, no matter what, I will ensure the tribes will survive without being enslaved. The Beastwoman softens and settles cautiously back onto her haunches. She huffs heavily, but it seems more relieved than anything as scents the air. Her lips parted, her tongue and teeth bared. Words smell, taste of truth. Means Alpha would not lie to Beastwoman, yep. Yes. I fully intend on... Wait a minute. There. She snorts. Fine, Chaos in Shadow believes in Alpha. We'll be patient for a while longer, but do not forget Beastwoman's promise. As she pads off on all fours, she tosses you one last look over her shoulder, her words gruff as she warns. In coming season, Chaos in Shadow will hunt whole of this favored dead. Hopefully there will be no need for that.
I got it.
Oh, looks like two. Let's speak with verse. Are you trying to piss everyone off, or do you just do it for the fun? I'm not judging either way. I'm just curious. Casting an edict on Vendrian Val is a good way to shine a beacon on yourself, or paint a target. Verse crosses her arms and smiles. I saved your skin, didn't I? Sure did, for now. Like I said, I'm not trying to prod you or suggest you made the wrong call. As someone who likes to stay discreet until she has the opening to strike a killing blow, I find your little public gesture of dominance, well, quaint, charming in a dumb way. Well, didn't really have a choice. Well, I guess I had a choice of retreating, but... Well, I had a choice, but I chose to kill a whole lot of Scarlet Chorus soldiers. What about you, Ab?
Hail, mighty Archon.
Ab salutes you with a nod, pounding her staff to the ground as she stands in attention.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are, proclaiming mastery of the lands just like the Overlord.
Perhaps there are others beside me and the Overlord.
I should certainly hope not. Tyranny isn't large enough for Kairos, and it's certainly going to get very interesting if the two of you start waving your edicts to and fro.
I would have felt if someone else were proclaiming edicts. I knew when this one activated the Spire. From what I know of Kairos, the Fatebinder is definitely a wrinkle in some carefully laid plans.
If anyone has cast an edict other than Kyros in the last 431 years, I'm certain we would know. There would have been witnesses and evidence that outran Kyros' march west, and the sages would have heard of it.
Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew. All my life, I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict. And yet, here you are, proclaiming mastery of the lands just like the Overlord.
Interesting that I can replicate his powers, and I can replicate her powers. Interesting. Not sure what this means.
You mean his powers?
I mean her.
You say that now. Let's see if you still feel this way when the reality sinks in, and your mastery of this newfound power solidifies. The world now bows to your mere utterance. Each day you will grow stronger, while the world becomes weaker in comparison. Put another way, if I could do what you do, the world would be at the mercy of my depravity. Cursing the name of Ebb, Archon of Fecund Fluids. Let's hope your moral sextant isn't as crooked as my own. Your newfound power runs in the face of what I thought I knew.
Yeah, I already heard that.
I've been told Kairos alone can issue an edict.
It's fortunate that you're swore to me.
Yes, fortunate indeed. I will endeavor to be worthy of the honor. Your newfound power runs in the face.
Enough about me for a moment.
What is it you need?
Let's return to our travels. Do we wanna mix up the companions a little bit? Barrack. Okay, well, let's just maybe take out these two. Let's give it to Solon. I can scarcely believe it. You proclaimed an edict. You wielded the power of the Overlord. For a moment, perhaps, but it was enough to turn the tide of battle in our favor. That simply doesn't happen. The Overlord's magic is unknowable as anything on Tyranny. As mysterious and, well, I was about to say as unapproachable as the Spires, but you have clearly dispelled that notion. This could only mean trouble for us. Kyros doesn't tolerate competition. No, indeed. I wouldn't want to stand in your place when the day of reckoning comes, but standing next to you might prove just as dangerous. What do you suggest I do next? Hold fast to your loyalties in the Overlord's hierarchy. There's always the chance that Kyros will leave you alone if you're Fealty is true, but I offer no guarantees. That is what I would do. Anyway, you must follow your own path. Let's be off. Of course, Fatebinder. Okay,
my Lord Binder, you have something which requires my attention? What can I do
yeah.
for you?
Let's just come with me. Suit up, Barrack, we're
If
leaving.
you would have me trapped.
Do we want Barrack to come with us? Or do we want Syrian? Lantry was with us for quite a while now. Before we replaced him for Verse. I think it's time to include Syrian in our party. I don't know if I have the gear to do it. He's also she also enjoys light armor. I know I have some light armor. And no one uses bloody heavy armor. That's fucking bullshit. We have enough light armor to make Syrian work. What are we doing here? He has 18 finesse as well. So if he could change up his armor, we would use light armor for him as well. I don't know. Okay, Syrian.
Good day, Fatebinder.
You wanna come with us?
What do you need?
Yeah, just come with
Well
us.
then, let's go. If you're gonna teach me the wonders of the world, it's not gonna happen here.
Exactly. Okay, you're welcome to come. I wonder if it's possible that we missed a follower. I don't believe that is the case, but still. Okay, what is the heavy? Can we no item type? Heavy leather armor. Okay, we want one of that. Control life, that's kind of lame. They're basically the same thing, but this gives control life as well. Which would be good for Lantry and completely irrelevant for her, so let's just use this one. And other than that, we need some boots, right? Heavy armor, that's a shame. Do we have we don't have extra boots. Well, at least we have blue boots, light armor. Wait a minute. Does she have a high finesse? No, she doesn't. We should dress her in heavy armor. I'm a dumbass. Well, she's gonna... Well, she can wear a helmet. Heavy bronze boots. Can we just 2 point? This is just better, right? Straight up better in every way. Light armor, heavy gloves with free defense and nothing else. Yeah, let's go with that one. 7 base, 9 base. Looks good. Alright, what kind of accessories she can use? Just check it real quick. I know about that one. I don't really want that. Control lightning. Oh, what is that? Not that one. I can use one of that. Oh, the parry one? That's pretty good. What is this? This is garbage, right? Yeah, let's use those. What is that? Whatever. And that. 2 finesse? That's pretty good. Oh yeah. So you use that, and you use that.
Power. Let's put it to use.
Yeah, you do that. Okay. The hammer Graven Ash gave us. Is that any good? Nah. Not really. And what about your attributes? So we can learn that, allowing her to sing 2 songs simultaneously. And she's also better at singing offensive songs because of this one, or not that one. That one? Yeah, that one. Wait a minute. How the hell is this? I'm pretty sure I had this one leveled up. I mean, I'm certain I had that one leveled up, and that's a pretty good one. Area of Storms, what is this? How many points we have? Man defeated. Okay, attackers. She can use her breast to summon. But this is better. So that's a weak debuff. That's an AoE damage. That's not too bad, that one. Might, resolve, shock damage. Sunder. Not the best, but not so bad. And that leaves us with a little more points. Cry of Despair, maybe? I don't really want that. Vengeful Pitch, that's fine. Start with more breaths, that's okay. No, what do we want? Sundered? Nah. Maybe the knockdown. Oh, it's also damage. Pretty good damage plus disable. Aria of Nightmares is gonna be our next one. Spell damage. Let's just get more HP for her. That should be fine. Night. She can sing 2 songs, and one of the songs gonna be not that one. Bane of Night. How the hell does this work? Why can I only sing those ones? 2 types of... No, I don't get it. So she can sing the 2 blue ones and the red ones are blood. There. Well, I don't get it, but I can select the 2 I want, so I don't really care.
Right.
How do you look like?
I'll do it right away.
Well, you look pretty good. And she thinks like... Where is this? Wow! 16 armor? That's not bad!
Yes.
Okay. I believe we should go to Ash out of respect first. Okay, the village. Oh boy! A lot of the locations are grayed out. Interesting. Anyhow, in the next episode, I'm gonna go to Ash, and hope you had fun, and see you in the next one. And have a good one, guys.